Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, you need counseling, you want somebody to talk to, contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact us. If you lend your friend and your family and your hard-earned cash, and you can't get it back, they refuse to pay it back, you've been to court, and no judgment on your behalf, contact us at 339-1670 or 238-6716, and we'll be glad to help you. Now remember, I do things differently. I don't play when I see people owing money. See, that is a serious thing. So I just do things differently. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, up the Caribbean and around the globe. A special good night to you on our page, Real Talk page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share as we go live. Those of you on YouTube, TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now viewers, before I move along with our programming tonight, remember, it's a live program. You can call in 238-6716. That is 238-6716, and let the public or the world hear what you have to say concerning issues that we are dealing with. That is issues of the day. I bring it to you live. We bring news in depth to you, and we also give you the opportunity to call in and voice your concern. Sometimes you might be in a situation that you want the others to know. This is the platform, the one and only current affairs platform in Trinidad and Tobago, where we are also the #1. Now, like I just always say, it have many stations in Trinidad. It have one police station evening show. They can't compete against nobody. So you always remain in #1. It have one crime show. You can't compete against nobody. So you always remain in #1. But current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago, there's a lot. Morning and nights. But I want to thank you, the viewing public of Real Talk, for always making us #1. This is the only program where you could call in, voice your opinion, voice a complaint, and you could actually get things done. We could get things done for you. Because I make it clear to the public. Feel free to call in, express your concern and your complaint. When it's highlighted, it falls in the correct ears, where somebody will attend to your matter. So, as we move on tonight, a stern warning for those of you individuals who are willing to purchase land. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of con man out there. There is a lot of con man out there who will bring a deed for you that is not registered. They will bring documents for you that is not registered. It looks original, but it's not registered. So be aware when you're going to buy properties, buy land, make sure you do a proper search. If you need help, contact me, 339-1670 or 238-6716, and we will get involved in the transaction and in the matter and make sure that your loan that you're taking or the cash that you're putting out, that it goes to proper use. And we wouldn't have to highlight somebody's picture who corner your money. You understand? So, as we move along tonight, in the light of increasing acts of violence committed against women, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, that is the TTPS, is today expressing its concern. This comes from Inspector Lystra Bridgelal of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Gender-Based Violence Unit this morning. She said, the TTPS is continuing to pledge its support towards protecting victims from domestic violence.
With 9 women killed through domestic violence and 5 violent assaults for the year so far, and with the commemoration of international observances taking place across the country for International Women's Day 2020 on Sunday the 8th of March 2020, the GBVU is once again pledging to continue to do its part to protect the nation's victims of domestic violence.
Inspector Bridgel also called on citizens and the media to do their part in the fight against domestic violence.
We call upon all citizens, communities and stakeholders to also do their part in ensuring that domestic violence is identified and curbed at all costs. We need guardians in our society to assist. Citizens, you are the authorities in your families to monitor and control your sphere of operation. We also need media support to accurately and respectfully disseminate information in a manner that avoids victim shaming and blaming by sensationalizing.
Now viewers, there is a lot of things that would lead to domestic violence. A lot of things. And feel free to call in tonight and let the public know some incidents that cause domestic violence. Now, domestic violence could be on both sides. It could be on the male and it could be on the female. Because now they have some dread male and some dread female. You understand? So feel free to call in tonight. Let us have an interactional show tonight concerning domestic violence, because TTPS is asking us, the media and the public, to do our part. So feel free to call in as we move along tonight. Caller, good night.
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, what is this we're talking about, the coronavirus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how the government allow a big tourist ship come into the port of Trinidad and Tobago? Are they screening the for the coronavirus?
Thank you, caller. Well, I do hope so, because I have been hearing about that. A cruise ship had docked in Port of Spain, and visitors are walking free in Port of Spain. So I am still getting some information concerning that, and let's hope that they are being screened for the safety of the 1.4 million people in Trinidad, just for the safety. As we move along tonight, Cabinet has given its approval for laying the Electronics Monitoring Act in Parliament. Attorney General Faraz Al-Rawi explained that this act would have a special feature which would allow victims to be protected. He was responding to questions from the media at a weekly post cabinet media briefing when he made the disclosure.
I'm pleased to tell you that today the Cabinet approved the laying of the Electronic Monitoring Amendment Act and the regulations, and contained in that Electronic Monitoring Act is a very important feature for the use of corresponding bracelets. If you are a victim of domestic violence and you have a protection order issued, the person against whom the order is issued will have a bracelet, and you, the victim, the person who has the order, you'll have a corresponding unit. Proximity alert goes off, so you know if the person is in proximity, but more particularly, the electronic monitoring unit and the police, they get the alert as well.
Now viewers, we had a session where I was talking about how powerful is a protection order. How powerful is that? Because on many incidents, women have had a protection order taken out, and the man would violate that. On similar offense, the male would have a protection order, and the female would violate that protection order. I came across encounter with incidents where it happened on both sides. So I am not picking on either side. I am just bringing the facts to you of the incident that occurred. It did happen to male individual, and it also happened to female individual. Now on both sides, male and female end up dying in the process, because somebody is violating an act or an order in some way. So how powerful is this? Now I want to thank the Attorney General for laying this bill in Parliament. Now in the US, when you're under domestic violence or you're out on parole, they will put an ankle bracelet on you. So when you're close to an area, it would trigger off. Now, the bill would pass, yes, but it would lead also up to the management of the TTPS, that division that they will be setting up. It would lead up to them, leave it to them to carry out their duties. So I will keep you up to date as this bill and the amendment and the legislations and the notes in Parliament, I will keep you up to date as we go along with that. He also told reporters that the amendments to the Domestic Violence Act have also been drafted.
I've drafted the amendments to the Domestic Violence Act already, long time, handed it to them. I'm just awaiting the public comment on it in a matter of a week or two, and we head to Parliament immediately.
Just yesterday, the Attorney General moved a motion to amend the Sexual Offence Act in the Parliament. He told the House, sexual offence is the second highest crime committed in this country.
Sexual offences stand as the number 2 most prevalent and heinous crime in Trinidad and Tobago after murder. The statistics demonstrate that the judiciary has observed specifically that we are battling a scourge of crime as it relates to sexual offences.
Now viewers, today he said laws are coming to address this issue.
I have drafted significant reforms to the Domestic Violence Act. I understand Mrs. Lynette Seabrand-Sweet this morning was complimenting the Office of the Attorney General for doing that. We have also been sitting at the table together drafting the amendments to deal with sexual harassment, and that's nearly finished as well.
Now viewers, I have been pushing for the Child Sex Offender Registry to be up and running. Thanks to the Attorney General, it is up and running. It is also ready for individuals' names, pictures, and information to be added on to that database to go public. And he also said that it is up to the magistrate to give their discretion if to send it public or not. But tonight I am making a plea to the magistrate and the judges throughout Trinidad and Tobago to make it go public. Just how you would sit in your chamber or you would sit in your courtroom and you would identify or the individual come up to you as a sex predator. Just how you know that and your courtroom would know that is just so the people of Trinidad and Tobago would want to know that. So they would secure their sons and their daughters knowing that there's a sex predator in the village. Let me tell you something. It's not about shame, you know. It is not about shame. It is about preventing the act. It is about preventing you, a man or a woman or a husband and a wife, picture and address from going public. It brings shame on the individual. So here's the reason why I have pushed for this. Make it go public so the entire country, the entire world would know, well, hey, these are sex predators. We have to be aware of him on the streets, coming into our yard, or even living next door. Because who knows, if you have a sex predator living next door and you have a teenage girl, well, they've been raped from 5 years, 6 years now. You understand? So if you have a predator living next door, and you have a nice pretty young girl living there in another house, and he can put on a mask and rape her, He might even walk into a house and rape her. And because of fear, the victim ain't willing to come forward. So this is the reason why I have pushed for it to go public. So I also want to say a special good night to my friend Akbar Khan, his wife and his children. A very important gentleman in Trinidad and Tobago, one of the longest serving JP. So I know if he says something about this, it will go far. It will go far. So I would like the judges and the magistrates of the courts in Trinidad and Tobago, when a rapist come before you, let it go public for the country's safety. Not for the accused, you know. For the country's safety. Earlier today, a Couva magistrate expressed concern over where a child is living after refusing bail to a husband and wife who are on 44 sex charges involving the wife's daughter. The couple from Couva reappeared before Senior Magistrate Christine Charles in the Couva Magistrate Court. The girl's 43-year-old stepfather faces 23 charges of sexual penetration of a girl under the age of 16. He first appeared on Monday when the charges laid under Section 18 of the Children Act were read to him. His 42-year-old common-law wife, who had also appeared with him, faces 4 charges of failing to report to the police that she exposed a child she was responsible for to mental and emotional injuries. So you see, the mother. Now you understand. Viewers, now you understand why it is I want their face go public. Because they could move out from one neighborhood and go into a next neighborhood and commit the same act on somebody's daughter in their house. So this is the reason why I want their face go public. Not just for the members of the courtroom to see. I'm going to tell you something. Out here ain't easy, you know. Out here real hard. Another 4 charge failing to report that her daughter was being sexually abused. A further 13 charges were read to the woman under Section 12.1 of the Children Act. A child under her responsibility was being sexually penetrated by an adult, and she failed to make a report. I tell you, watch me, it's a long list, you know. It's a long list. There is a charge for knowing that someone is being raped and failing to make the report. The couple were remanded to reappear on Thursday to allow a tracing to be done on their past criminal record. The couple sat next to each other in the docks on Thursday as Charles asked where the child was. Attorney Andre said she was with her biological father. He pleaded for bail on the grounds that the mother and stepfather had no previous criminal conviction, except that the stepfather was previously charged with driving under the influence of alcohol. Police prosecutor Sergeant Vicky Ranjit Singh objected to bail being granted to the couple on the grounds that the the incidents of penetration were too numerous. The prosecutor disclosed notes to the evidence to the attorney. They are to repair on March 31st. Let me tell you something. This is a serious thing, you know. 44 charges. 44 charges. Let me tell you, sometimes when a lawyer sees something like this, they just turn their back and walk away. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I'm telling all you. Turn their back and just walk away from it. And leave them right there. Listen this. Just yesterday, security guard appeared before the San Fernando magistrate for allegedly raping a 10-year-old. 37-year-old Rakesh was charged with sexual penetration of the girl. The offense allegedly occurred between August 31st and February 6th, 2020 at Gandhi Street in San Fernando. Rakesh was not called upon to plead to the indictable charge. Police prosecutor Ceylon Sedan objected to bail based on the seriousness of the offense. However, defense attorney Mr. Tilaksin countered that this was insufficient enough for bail not to be granted. He also said his client had no charges over the past 13 years. I'm going to tell you something. Since Real Talk, since we started to push for the child sex offender registry to be up and running, let me tell you something. Every week is 2 or 3 rape for the day, for the week. Notice since that passed, since I started to push for that, it's just rape and rape and rape and rape and rape. Somebody sharing something? Somebody sharing something? And these individuals in some cases will get their bail granted while the victim being shattered, and they're out in the streets doing their thing as normal. So I started to push now, as long as they hold you for rape, 120 days inside. Just as I did for firearm, illegal firearm. So I want the Attorney General now to sit down and think 120 days is good enough. In that time you will have 120 days to think of what you did. Think about if that was your daughter. Think about if that was your son. What you going and do? I tell you, it's issues that is bring to you all the people, you know. All you ain't getting this nowhere, you know. That's what is make it real for all you. And it's put all you on the spot. Understand what's taking place. This could be your son. It could be your daughter. I'm going to tell you something. I never used to knock on crime, you know. I was only on current affairs, you know. Dealing with the issues, you know. The things that the government is supposed to be doing. The things that the people are asking the government for. But you see when he had a knock on my door? When they knock on Saieed Ali's door and they made an attempt to kidnap my son, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. And that is when I explode. I know how it feels like as a parent for hardback criminal or hardback individuals to come at your son or your daughter. And that is the reason why I said Real Talk is making a turn. Well, we are on the current affairs. But you see, crime, criminals, is a different story. The magistrate placed him on $250,000 bail on the condition of him having no contact with the alleged victim. The matter was adjourned to April 1st, 2020. Let's imagine that, 10 years. 10 years. How are you feeling as a mother? How are you feeling as a father? As a brother, as a sister? How are you feeling? Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead.
I'm Saeed.
Yes?
You could give us a rundown on the Guyana election? Thank you.
Well, the last thing I hear was people threatening people. Yeah? That is not too long back. About an hour or something like that. That's the latest news I get from Guyana. But I will get some more information, and tomorrow I will bring it to you all. Don't worry, that I will do. Because I follow it up myself. Hear this, eh? A 24-year-old man is in police custody following the murder of a 34-year-old Suzanne Sipasad. Around 6 a.m. on Monday, Sipasad was found dead at her home along Rampasad Trace in Debi. Reports indicated that around 4 a.m. that day, while lying with two men known to Sipasad, there was an argument following which her body was found and her throat slit. Who is the two men? That means the men the police have to question. Police have retrieved a broken forensic pack punching rum bottle, a cell phone, and a 10 inches knife from the scene. The suspect was held just an hour later along with Oropuch Road in Faizabad. Simple little thing that causes people death. And what we doing about it? This is where TTPS need to get their act together. I'm not saying that they may working, you know, but you see, TTPS have to prove to the public that they are trustworthy again. That's what they have to do. Caller, good night.
Hello, Saeed. First time caller. I just always watch you every night. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to Real Talk. Walaikum salam.
All right. There is a rider speaking. All right. Saeed, I hear you talking about the rape victim there, right?
Yes.
She was 10. I was only 9 years, Saeed.
Oh, my God.
And my own cousin do that to me, which what we grew up. Me and my brother grew up together. But my uncle come and die now. But I get my prayers from Allah. You understand? I get my prayers from He.
But I hope the perpetrators, what happened to them?
No, my cousin he just swell up. I asked God just put something heavy between there where he can't bear it, and I get my prayers.
Okay. I understand
God
what you're saying.
Yeah, God is love.
God is good.
Yeah, and I just talked to my cousin. I have a cousin named Musa. He is a Maulana. And I just talked to him from Grandi. So, God is love.
Thank you, my dear. You see, viewers, you see how real it is? That was a victim. You see how real it is? So now you understand what I'm pushing for. She said she was 9 at the time. Imagine the pain and the suffering. Imagine that. Think about your daughter going through that with a hardback criminal, a 44-year-old man, a 50-year-old man, a 60-year-old man. Think about that. Think about the advantage. Caller, good night.
Hello, good evening, Saeed.
Go right ahead, yeah.
You're talking about Tehran thing. But you know, last week, 2 police officers attached to Chagona's police station was held for child trafficking.
Yes.
Acting inspector, and acting sergeant.
Yeah.
So the police and them in it too.
You see? Thank you, my friend. I tell you, out here serious, you know. It's not a joke, it's serious. Just night before I was highlighting that the incidents in Chagonas. Just night before. The Standing Committee of the COVID-19 coronavirus met for the first time this morning. According to the Ministry of Health officials, they discussed additional public health measures to be implemented. Government has already urged citizens to refrain from physical social greetings such as handshakes, kissing, and hugging. In addition, persons should follow proper personal hygiene measures, including hand washing, sanitizing, covering your mouth when you cough and sneeze, avoiding contact with sick person, and staying home if ill. As of this afternoon, Thursday, 5th March 2020, there are still no confirmed coronavirus case in Trinidad and Tobago. 26 samples have been sent to CAFA thus far. Thank God it ain't reaching Trinidad as yet. But you know what I want to ask all you? You know what I want to ask all you? If one case should hit Trinidad and Tobago, what do you think the reactions of the public would be? Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, what do you think about the election in Guyana?
I'm monitoring it. Because one side lose, one side win. And up to this evening, the losing side was still threatening. Even election observers was being threatened. So I am keeping up to date with it because I do visit Guyana. As we move along, we have a call. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
Said, if this virus hit Trinidad, right, you think they have any cure for it? Why don't they talk about the cure for it? You understand? They don't talk about the cure that they have. There are no medication for that right now in the world.
No way. Thank you, my friend. If one case, if they find, they did their test, and they find one confirmed individual in Trinidad and Tobago, what would be the panic mood for Trinidadians and Tobagonians? We all discussing the coronavirus and how it is affecting other countries. Just say one confirmed case touch in Trinidad. What do you think the panic mood in Trinidad would be? Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
Said, but it is in Trinidad already. If it's in New York, and New York have 3,000 people have it, from what I hear this evening, it is already in Trinidad. A boat came in, and they didn't check anybody, and they allow everybody off the boat.
Yes.
So we monster health, lying to the people.
Thank you, my friend. You see, this is a serious thing, you know. Today I was sitting down and wondering that, you know. If one suspected case should arrive in Trinidad, what would the panic mood be in this country? What would that mood be to the citizen of Trinidad? In China, some of the grocery shelves in China, it's like they don't have any stock. Remember when Venezuela was in the food crisis? And we used to see videos of the groceries empty? That is taking place in China. Some parts of China is a total lockdown. I'm always up to date. That is why I bring you up-to-date news. Hence the reason why we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Now we're moving on to the interception bill. Attorney General Faris Al-Rawi is insisting that under the amendments to the interception of communication bill, the media and citizen would be protected. I am waiting patiently to see that. I am waiting. This comes even as the opposition argued that this is not the case. However, Speaking at the weekly post-cabinet media brief conference, Attorney General Arawi said, "This is the first time that media personnel and citizens would be protected."
We are mandating that confidentiality must be preserved. We are mandating that assistance must be of the type in the Interception of Communication Act, which is at a higher standard. And we are creating an offense for the police up to the rank of Commissioner of Police to share that information in breach of confidence. We are therefore adding a very important protection for the media and citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, which does not exist in the Preliminary Inquiries Act, the Proceeds of Crime Act, or the Administration of Justice Indictable Proceedings Act.
He said under the amendments, prisoners will be monitored except when they are talking to their lawyers.
What we have done in this particular law is to say, if you are in a prison and you are not in the room or in the place or in the facility where you're talking to your lawyer, that we will have the ability to record your conversations by way of bugging. You bug the prisons so that a prison is a prison is a prison.
According to the Attorney General, in order for intercepted evidence to be used, it must be ordered by a court of law.
We have said in this bill, if you want a court to consider any evidence, the court must give permission, and we've added very careful safeguards to say what the court must ensure. Fairness of trial. You were not entrapped. It is not an undue position. So we are adding constitutional protection to the media in particular and the average citizen in particular, which never existed.
Now, viewers, the Attorney General is completely sure that citizen privacy would be protected. The media's privacy would be protected, because being in the media, we get credible sources. We get credible information. We have credible sources that feeds us with information. So me being in the media now, I have to make sure that this bill is working for me and not against me. Because today, tomorrow, a police officer pops up at my studio on Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas and says, "Saeed, we have a warrant for some of your recordings. We have a warrant for your computer. We have a warrant for your cell phone. We have a warrant for your flash drive. We have a warrant for your laptop." I would have to be very careful, because I would have recordings on my phone which was supposed to be private only to me. I would have information on my laptop that would be credible to me and not nobody else, even on a flash drive stored. So I have to make sure that this bill is working to protect me. And the Attorney General is giving me that assurance. The only way that could be obtained for a police officer to get a warrant is from the courthouse, from a magistrate, or from a judge. So we have to protect ourselves. And the Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Faris Al-Rawi, is giving us, the media and the citizen, that encouragement, that form of safety, that you don't have to worry. You know, I just come here and boss real facts. Real, you know, gimmick thing with me. Over the months, over the weeks, you all have seen that. So I have to make sure that my sources are protected. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead.
Okay, just the other day, yesterday, the Minister of Health made an advisory that nobody shouldn't touch one another, hug one another.
Yes.
Shake hands, all this kind of thing. Like the coronavirus was out yesterday, day before. Because what happened to the carnival period?
True.
Right? And I understand a ship come in here today,
yes,
or whenever, and there there's a single person.
Correct.
That man is a big lion. I ain't want to say the rest anyway.
Thank you, my friend. Just keep it straight. That is all. Just keep it straight. We're moving on to the merit points. Citizens are given 1 month to get their act together and get their house in order before the demerit point system officially comes into effect. However, they can still be charged for traffic violation in the meantime. This is according to Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan. Mr. Sinanan made a statement at a weekly post-cabinet media briefing. He said the government is ready to bring the demerit point system on stream, but it has taken a decision to give persons more time to update their information at licensing's office.
What we saw happening is that a significant move by the population to upgrade their information, have their vehicles inspected, upgrade their driver's permits. A lot of transactions started to take place at the license office. The ministry took a decision to delay the proclamation of the law, because here we are in a situation where we're going to bring in this new system which will transform the way we use our roadways. But you have a buy-in from the population who welcome the system and were making a genuine attempt to upgrade their information.
So those of you who haven't transferred your vehicle as yet, please do so. Those of you vehicles that need fixing, your headlights, your bumper, the electrical, get that in gear, because from the 1st of April, I believe it's the 1st or the 2nd of April, that system will come into effect. So make sure all your information, your vehicle are updated, so you would get away from this point system that they are introducing from the 1st or the 2nd of April. Minister Sinanan said, at the moment, police officers are already using the new device, which are already bringing in positive results.
And you'll be surprised. The units are out there, and we have already started to pick up stolen vehicles, and people have been charged. Within half an hour of using these devices, we were able to pick up stolen vehicles on the road.
This is according to the minister. Works and Transport Minister insisted that the new system is not about generating revenue for the government.
This system is not a revenue generating system for the government. This is something about road safety and about how we continue to reduce the carnage on our roads.
The minister said the new law would be proclaimed by the Attorney General on the advice of the Minister of Works and Transport, and it can be done at any time.
Proclamation, the old law cease, and the new demerit point starts.
The minister said staffing at the licensing office was increased to facilitate the upgrades. He warned that there would be no extension of this deadline. You know, I remember one point in time when they said they had no extensions of those of you who were willing to inspect your vehicle. So they gave you a month in order to get your vehicle upgraded, transfers, your lights, your park light, your bumpers, your tires. I am asking you all as a host, as a businessman, as a father, as a friend, do get your vehicle in order. Now I understand some of you would say, well, we don't have perfect road, so why should we have a perfect vehicle? I understand some of you would say that. Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, we want to ask the Works and Transport Minister, right? The people in South, like they don't pay taxes or what? They don't pay NIS, they don't pay health surcharge. All the bridge and river down in South and road need fixing, boy, and he are fixing nothing in South. What he doing?
I hear you.
You understand?
Yeah.
Look, he have rivers. Now it's crop time. It's supposed to be cleaning all them rivers.
True, true.
I have a
agree.
bridge to fix by my farm. We get flood out to 25,000 chickens. I never had compensation from this government yet. You understand?
Yes.
And they're coming and fixing no bridge, nothing by with them doing.
I
They
understand.
fix everything in Forest Spain. What with South by?
True,
People don't
true.
pay tax and all this kind of thing.
Yes, true. Thank you, my friend. 17 motorists have been fined for breaking the speed limit. On Wednesday, 4th March, during the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m., officers of the Northeastern Division Traffic Unit conducted a speed exercise along the Lady Young Road where they had caused to stop and issue 17 fixed penalties. Notice to motorists for exceeding the speed limit of 50 miles per hour and 17 fixed penalty. The notice came up to the total bill came up to $17,000. So viewers, please, drivers, be cautious on the road. The Northeastern Division Traffic Unit urged motorists to obey speed limits and follow road regulations at all time. So please, you see, this is something for your benefit. Now I'm going to tell you something, I will tell you something, and many of you will get angry for this. When you're in Trinidad, you want to break all the laws. But you know, as you here travel and go up to the US, you know you're silent. You obey the road traffic regulations. You even want to tell your neighbor morning because you feel like you might have they might sue you or something. You obey the law in another country, but right here in your own country, you want to play a Dan man. You want to play a gangster. And when police stop you now for playing a gangster on the road with your vehicle, oh, officer, you know, you shouldn't give me a ticket. I have my children to go to school. This is it in Trinidad. This is it in Trinidad. One firearm and a quantity of ammunition have been seized following a police exercise in the Sawa area on Tuesday, 3rd March 2020. During the hours of 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., officers of the Northeastern Division Task Force visited the Sawa district where they had caused to search a fig patch. There the officers discovered one Ruger pistol with 6 rounds of 9mm ammunition. The officers are encouraging anyone with information on the find to contact them. So we're moving on to the Prime Minister in Ghana. I have footage for you. Hold on. From school children to dressing up to meeting. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley arrived in Ghana on Wednesday. He is in Ghana for an official visit, where he is a special guest of the African nation 63rd Independence Anniversary celebration. I will hear the lines lighting up just now. Feel free to call in. He is the special guest for the African nation's 63rd Independence Anniversary celebration. How much did it cost to carry you and your team to a celebration in Ghana? Somebody ring a bell. 339-238-6716. Somebody call in and give me the figure. 238-6716. So the Prime Minister going to celebrate independence. The 63rd Independence Anniversary celebration. The event will be hosted at the Baba Yara Stadium, Kumasha, on May, forgive me if I pronounce the word wrong, on May 6th. It is the first time the anniversary is being commemorated in Ghana. The oldest and second largest capital. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley spent the day in Ghana participating in a wide range of formal activity. Over $1 million. Caller, good night.
Hello, Saeed.
Give me the figure. Give me the figure.
Remember when Robinson went to Africa, he come back with a name, Bogolungo, or something so? Well, Rowley coming back with a name, Bogolungo.
Give me the figure.
That's right. I don't know the figure at all.
Is over $1 million. Tax-paying money to go and celebrate you and your team down in Ghana. The Reform Hindu School needs repairing. But $1 million, you and your team to celebrate the 63rd independence anniversary in Ghana. That $1 million could have been donated to the Ministry of Education to pass down to MTS, to give to the Reform Hindu School, to do some repairs. Caller, good night.
Good night, sir.
Go right ahead.
We gotta give a Kamala for South to fix the roads and thing, because Mr. Rowley only seen about town area. And another thing, who know Trinidad in Ghana? So much of people, they have food in the house. They fall along all over in Trinidad.
You see?
Painting away because they can't have money. Ambulance walking right through, right? You not seen about the underprivileged people, but you go in Ghana. They know about Trinidad? You understand?
Thank you, my dear. Let's see viewers. You see how smooth? You see how smooth that logic falling? Look, my boy, dressing up nice. Here are the members. A little over $1 million. You could have donated. That team. You know who we have seen? Where's the Minister of Foreign Affairs? We don't hear about he. We don't hear about him. I hear somebody say 1,800 workers going on the breadline just now. I'll keep all you up to date with that one. Caller, good night.
Yes. Good night, Mr. Ali.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, I listen to your program. I'm always your fan listening to your program.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you the truth, Mr. Ali. This country needs a serious coup again for people to realize what it is really going on. Because Rowley and this government ain't realizing people suffering out there, boy. It's going to be serious, Mr. Ali. It will be serious. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. You see, I will tell you something. I don't really business UNC, PNM, ANR, NJAC, PPE, PEP, wherever. I don't business what political party in power, you know. You see, when it comes down to the citizen, and when it comes down to what you promise, it's a serious thing. We have schools not opening, schools not repairing, the health sector going down. We never know the Cuba Hospital had 230 beds just lying there. With the beds and them, others said the beds them getting stroke. Because if the wine up bed and them, wine. What going on? 230 bed have to throw away. And they have to replace it with a new 230 bed. Because them bed and them winding up. The springs and them go get rusty. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, good night. All this money that they're spending here, wherever. Mr. Ali, up to now I get my pension money yet for this month.
Oh God, how long now, Tanti?
No, I went down to Tunapuna. They said they have some strike.
Strike? So the Tunapuna Social Development Office on strike?
No, the welfare office.
The welfare, okay.
And them, the post people and them, they bring out no check for nobody. I don't know how to.
Oh good. That's for the Tunapuna Social Development, she said, right?
Yeah, because we ain't get no check.
Alright. So I'm going to make a few calls tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. So viewers, we have 2 minutes left on our program tonight. We do apologize for last night. I forgot to say, I do apologize for last night. Synergy encountered some problems. It was not anybody's fault. It wasn't the GM fault. But just some technical issues, but thank God they sorted it out. We're on air tonight. I want to say a special good night to O'Brien Haynes, the general manager. We have a good relations going. Viewers, I really want to thank you all, for making us #1, Now, remember I was talking about looking for, I need your help, local and regional. I want to build a rape crisis center. It doesn't belong to Saieed Ali. It doesn't belong to Real Talk. This would be a place where even the Children Authority, the Child Protection Unit, even the police would bring individuals of rape and leave them in a secure place. I am checking out a piece of land, and I will give you update as I go along. We are out of time for tonight, 20 seconds, but I need your help. Because it is for the public. Whether you're local or regional, you want to get in touch with me, I am checking out a piece of land to purchase, but I need your help to purchase this, to build this structure, to donate it back to you, the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. I am in the process of certain things. So I need your help. It's not mine, it's you, the public. A rerun of this program is at 10 a.m. tomorrow, viewers. It's been a pleasure being here. And be safe. Amata illa robahoy. Keep yourself away from problems. Until we meet again, good night.